Hey guys, and welcome to a hidden cache video for Shoreline. In this video I'm going to be showing you all 40 spawns on Shoreline. Now I will speed up the video when there isn't much going on, and if you look up the top left hand corner of the screen you will see a mini map that will follow me from stash to stash to try and help you find the stashes. So we are going to start off with the drunk tank right here. Up there is the weather station, and over here is the power station. Just over there, if you can see those straight lines, is the resort, and down there is the pier and the gas station. So starting off with the drunk tank, what you need to do is go underneath it, and we can see the first hidden stash right here. The route I'm going to be showing you is loopable, so you can join no matter where your actual spawn is. You just gotta continue on and try and loop yourself around. So during this I will be popping stims just to make it go a bit more quicker, which means that there might be a pain effect if I forget to eat and drink. So what we're going to do, there's two power lines leaving the power station. We're actually going to be following the one on the left hand side. When we're about to reach the second pylon, this will be the one that's kind of like not on top of a cliff. There's some dead shrubbery on the left hand side, and there is a hidden stash inside the shrubbery right here. What we're going to do is continue following the power line along until we reach the next one. And then once we reach this one coming up right here, you want to turn right and go onto the cliff onto your right hand side. Down here and then up again. And on here on the right hand side, in between these two trees, is a hidden stash. What we're now going to do is head like we are heading to Road to Customs, the extract down in this direction, and you want to head to where you can't actually see the outer wall anymore, and there is this giant bush right here. And in this giant bush, could you guess, is a hidden stash just here. What we're now going to do is head up to the radar tower. You can tell if it's a radar tower because it's got like the cell phone signal tower at the top of it. I do just want to say, guys, I do stream over on twitch.tv/piranha_, 7 days a week starting at 8 AM GMT. So yeah, if you have any questions about Tarkov or need some hints or tips, you can always pop in there and, you know, help you out live. Here is the next barrel. So we are at the radar tower, and you got the little hut here, and out on the outside is the barrel just here. What we're now going to do is head straight down towards the dilapidated house in this direction. There we go. This is where the UAV drain is that you need for getting your SAS drives for your peacekeeper task. So once arriving at the house, go to your left hand side where there is a shed in the ground, and at the back of that shed is the hidden stash right here. If you continue in the straight direction, just left of the hill, you're looking for a gravestone. Here we go, directly in front of us. Once arriving at the gravestone, if you actually face the gravestone, turn around, you will see this tall tree and smaller tree, and behind this is the hidden barrel stash. What we're now going to do, you can see a rock sticking out over the horizon. We want to head straight towards the rock, but on the right hand side of the rock, go through the dead shrubbery, and then straight through on the other side you should see this big bush out in the open. And with this big bush out in the open, you can see the hidden cache just here. Now what we're going to do is continue in that line that we were just taking, and we're going to try and aim to head towards the river that runs along parallel to the road that's up ahead. The way that I like to find this, there is a giant rock on the edge of this by the road. Here we go. When you reach this rock, go straight across in a straight line, and then you should hopefully meet a outcropping. Here we go, like a landslide. Here we go, just here, and there's a bush on the left side of this, and in this bush is the hidden stash. Take some more stims already. Now what you're going to do is have the river on your left hand side and follow it all the way down to the very end where you can see the train with a bridge there. You want to head the entire way down there. But just before you reach the train, on the left hand side you've got this beach with a little bit of driftwood. You can see the barrel stash right there. You can't really reach it from this side of the tree. You do need to go over the far side of the tree. We're going to continue following along this train, going towards this giant walled off area. And you got some shrubberies between the two detached trains right here, and here is the next stash. What we're now going to do is head all the way down to construction. So what you do is head over these two areas, over the road, and then over the next road. And we're going to follow this road right here until we hit a blue fence. Okay, so we are now at the blue fence, just next to this dustbin and truck. You can actually enter the compound right here and follow the wall along the inside, and you should see a porta potty kind of close to the tall crane. Next to that porta potty, there is a load of tires, and in these tires is the barrel stash. What we're now going to do is head out of this gate. You can see this giant rock directly in front of us. And on the right hand side of this giant rock, there's like this little outcropping, but there is a little hidden barrel just here. Quickly eat and drink. So walking along the road parallel like so, you can see this dilapidated house directly in front of us. What you're going to want to do is run straight past this house until you see a rock on a hill. So we've ran past the house right here. On your right hand side you can see the rock, and then on just to the left of this rock is the hidden stash right here. What we're now going to do is actually head to the lighthouse, which is that thing over there. It's not actually a lighthouse, it's actually a fireman's training tower, but that is a direction that we need to head to now. We are at the end of the pier. That smoke right there is actually the gas station, and this is what they call the lighthouse. Like I said, it's not actually a lighthouse. It's interesting they called it, but the barrel stash is on the right hand side of the steps up right here. What we now need to do is actually head to that burning gas station right there for the next hidden stash. So gas station is on the right hand side. What we're actually going to want to do is head to the changing rooms down on the beach. As you can see, there's the hidden barrel. The way you enter is just go around the side, and it's right here. What we're now going to do is follow the road all the way along like you're heading towards the tunnel until you reach a billboard on your right hand side, which is for Lexus. There you go, you can see it in the distance. So coming up, the billboard is on the right hand side. On the left hand side you got like this outlet pipe going out into the sea, and down here you got some rocks on the right hand side, and you can see the barrel stash just here. What we're now going to do is head over to Scab Island over in this direction. You do need to go over the barge though, so it's extremely loud when you run on metal. Just a heads up with Tarkov. So we made it over to the Scav Island over the giant barge. You got a boathouse on the left hand side. Over there is actually a house. But on the boathouse just out the back you got this barrel stash next to these pile of logs right here. What we're now going to do is head straight over the barge again, and we're going to head in a straight line from the barge into the trees on the hill on the other side, and we are going to be looking for a house that is absolutely destroyed. So coming up to the house right here, on the left hand side of the house where this rubble is, you got the barrel stash just here. Now what we're going to do is head to this power line and then follow the water around the right hand side. Go all the way to the very end. This is like a little peninsula. It's like this little pond lake thing. Head like you're going to this water outlet in front of us. And then with the bush right here, you got the hidden stash just here. What we're going to do is continue following this little outcropping round, and we're going to go to the construction yard. So we are now at villas, That's the one that's unlocked right here, and then the one that's locked over to the right. And you can see the blue fence, and this is a little construction yard. So going into the construction yard, at the back left hand corner, you got a bush, and here is a hidden barrel spawn. Spawn? I don't know why I call it a spawn. Anyway, what we're now going to do is head to the suicide fields, which is the hay bale area just up ahead. It is called the suicide fields for a reason. Be extremely careful when you are in this area. There is literally no cover. So when you're in the suicide fields, you know if you're in the right place when there is a giant tower and a tractor with no front left wheel. Once you're at this tractor, if you go to the back corner of it, go in a straight line where they're all the hay bales are pointing. There should be a hay bale directly kind of like behind it. And right here is the hidden barrel spawn. Now what we are going to do is head straight into the town. So we're going to be running to this power line, one that's next to this house. And we're going to head down into the town. If I could just say quickly, if you guys have found this video useful, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It does really help out. Even if you just like, you don't need to comment, just like the video. Thank you. Okay, so now that we are in the middle of the town, you have got the delivery truck on the left hand side. You actually want to head to the opposite side, head through this boathouse with a green boat inside of it, go out the back, and then here is a hidden stash. What we're going to do is continuing following the road, and you can see this blue fence on the left hand side, and inside that blue fence is the hidden stash right there. On the right hand side, you've got these concrete round cylinder things, and then here is the stash just here. Now what we're going to want to do is go to Shoreline dead end, which is you just go up this T-road, go left past the tires in the ground. That's like a go-kart track, and you will see a trailer at the end of the road. What you want to do is go to the left hand side or the back end of the trailer, and you can see this bush sticking out just past where the outer wall is cracked, and you got the hidden barrel just here. You're going to want to follow this trailer pointing in the direction that it's going. Follow the wall on your right hand side, follow it round the corner just past this house, go through a picket fence, and then on your right hand side past the house is a hidden stash right here. Now what we're going to do is head into the swamp, jumping over the picket fence back onto the main road. If you guys have done your courtesy quest, you should kind of understand how swamp is laid out. So you got the chairman's house on the left right there, the fisherman's house down there, and the church over there sticking its head out. So before you actually enter the swamp right here though, you can see this log pile on the left hand side just past this little campfire. At this log pile, go past it, and then on the back right here is the barrel spawn. Right here, I keep saying barrel spawn, it's not, it's a cache. But we're now going to continue following into the town itself. Sometimes the swamp can slow you down, even crossing over the bridges. It can be a bit weird. So going over both of the bridges, turn right, and you'll see a picket fence on the right hand side. Just here, and you can see the hidden stash. The way you actually get into this area is there's a hole in the fence right there, and you just run around, and then the stash is just there. Go back on yourself, go back onto this wooded pathway. Continuing following past the next house, you can kind of see where the log points in a direction. You want to head over here to your right. There's a house with the shed on the left hand side, and then in the shed at the back is the hidden barrel just here. What we're now going to do is head towards the church. On the left hand side of the church there is a grave, an area cemetery, that's what it's called. And then inside the cemetery is nice solid ground, but there is a swamp out the back of it. I'm not going to go through the swamp, but right there next to that log, if I have zoomed in, good job me, you can see the barrel just there. It is all swamp and it is extremely slow, so just be careful if you are actually doing it. What we're going to do is now head back on ourselves and head to the back of the church. This church actually is floating, funny enough. Oh wait, no, they have fixed it, yep. So, at the back of the church there is this house that is absolutely destroyed, and then in the back corner of this house is the barrel stash just there. What we're now going to do is head up to the power pylon up here. You can Skyrim up the rocks, but we will just go to the right hand side so we don't do too much hardcore Skyrim. So at the power line, if you're like pointing towards the outside of the map, turn to your left, go back across to the cliff, and then you'll see the hidden stash just here. What we're now going to do is head up to like we're heading to resort. Basically there's this hill right in front of us. I need to pop some more stims. Head up this hill past all these lovely rocks on the right hand side. Before you reach the camp and the crest of the hill, you got this bush, but on the left of the bush next to these two trees is a hidden barrel spawn. So we have got the tent right here. What we're going to do is follow this tent and head straight towards that power line off in the distance, and you can actually see the reserve dome in the background. This is the direction that we're going to want to go. So once you pass the drone on your left hand side, you're going to have this rock go around the right hand side of this rock, and you're going to have 3 trees with bush next to it in a row. So you've got a tree in a bush, a tree in a bush, a tree in a bush, and then 4 trees in a bush, and then the stash is right here next to the tree in a bush right at the edge of the map. What we're going to do is now head towards this power line right here. We're going to need to get onto the other side of the fence. We are behind the resort now. This is rock passage right here. There's a sniper scav that can spawn on top of this mountain on the right hand side. He is an absolute monster. The amount of times he has actually taken my head off is quite ridiculous. But pushing along right here, rock passage on the right hand side. We don't want to go to the right hand side just yet. Follow it all the way along. And then at the back just here is a hidden stash. You can't actually reach it. You do actually need to lie down to actually reach the stash. What we're now going to do is follow these power lines. Eat and drink before we die of dehydration. But follow these power lines all the way along. Not until we reach this power line. It's actually the next one we do need to reach. So coming up onto the power line, that one up there was the one that is near where we just were. On the left hand side, you got these giant tall trees, and you want to head over to this like fern tree by itself, and then here is the hidden stash. I will just say this stash that I'm showing you right now and the one I'm about to show you, you do want to head towards resort. Now you can avoid these two, and then you can just go to the final 2 that I'm going to be showing you after I loot this one. These 2 are kind of like out of the way, so it can be a bit of a pain to get these 2. But what we're going to do is act like we are heading to resort. Well, no, we're not acting like it. We do want to head to resort, but we don't actually want to enter the compound. There is the entrance. You do want to go to the left hand side of this entrance and follow it down until you reach the rock that you can see directly in front of us. On the right hand side of this rock, there is a tree with a bush directly next to it, and here is the barrel spawn. What we're now going to want to do is head the entire way back to the bus terminal, where you need to loot the 112 key for your task. So like I said, it's all dependent on your spawn. You can actually skip out the one at the drone and the one at rock passage and the one at the very back corner and that one there, and just go from the one at the hill next to the campsite and just come straight over to terminal. You can just avoid those 4 stashes at the very back, but they do have the LED X that you've been looking for, so you know it's kind of what you go with. So here is the barrel stash right here. There is terminal just there on the right hand side. We are actually going to be following this fence down in a straight line past this wonderful dustbin. Go in a straight line. You got this rock on your right hand side, and then at this rock just past this tree. Oh no, it's eluded me again. Here it is. So Follow the line straight down to the left side of this rock. You got these 2 trees. Just before you reach this dead shrub, here is the final stash. So to complete the loop, what you would do is head straight to the power line, power station right here. This is where the drunk tank is. If you continue following this road along in this direction, you will reach the tank that has crashed off, and that is your loop, so you can loot all of the hidden caches on Shoreline. Hopefully you guys found this guide useful. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I do stream over on twitch.tv/piranha_, 7 days a week starting at 8 AM GMT. Don't forget to check down in the link in the description for our spreadsheet. It does have all of the tasks, guides, keys, extracts, everything down there that can definitely help you, especially at this stage of the wipe. Guys, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.